Dinner? I'm hoping this week doesn't get hit with any, Hey, Jenna. Any copyright strikes. Not that it really matters. And it wasn't really a copyright strike. But, last time I played, it was, ineligible for... for monetization. It wasn't a big deal. I'm making so little money off YouTube anyway that... Oh no. I lose out on like a buck. Lose out on like $1 for last week not being monetizable. Jenna, thank you for $1, Jenna. Thank you very much. Actually, my first stream of Edith Finch. I got like 20 cents richer. Yeah. Hey Mac. Hey Buttercup. So yeah, the first day I streamed, my first stream of Edith Finch, estimated revenue, 86 cents. One of my streams this month made $20, $22. Neat. Oh, it does not matter at all, Jenna. Hey, Jordan. None of my gaming streams make money. Like, none of them make any money at all. None of my streams in general make money. $20 super chat I gave you for this game. Probably, Jenna. It probably was. Personality quiz? No, it wasn't that one. That one I made like almost $10. Yeah, for this month, I like right now it is showing that I'm currently estimated to make about $137 this month. And that's, 2 hours a day of streaming, 2 Final Fantasy videos a week, multiple book review videos. Super chat me to do the PP quiz yet. And yeah, I'm making less, and even with all that, less than $150 a month is what it's showing that I'm set to make. So, as far as like not making money off this game, not the point at all. I'm playing the game because it's fun. Said better than 0. It is better than 0. Yes, it is better than nothing. And like, like the reason I didn't make any money off it is because of some, or like the last week. The reason I couldn't monetize last week's stream was because of some copyrighted music. I could have gone into the settings and turned that off. I chose not to because for the same reason I didn't mute the music when I did my Life is Strange Let's Play. With your friends. Yep, I do get to hang out with people. The developers include certain songs because they feel that it fits the tone of what they're going for. Thus, I will let my streams and videos stay true to what they intend. My friends, yeah. I get to hang out with you people. Alright, because let's say people, I said best friend. I do have a nice time hanging out with you people. It's nice hanging out with all of you. I mean, could be worse, Jenna. Could have said something like, "You rapscallions." Jordan! Thank you for 27 months, Jordan. It took 27 months to hear that. But that I like hanging out with you guys? I get better compliments from your mom? Well, yeah, because my mom's nice. Yeah, I mean, I could have said that, I like hanging out with you rapscallions. Do you want me to call you rapscallions? Yeah. You do want me to call you rapscallions? Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a good word. Rapscallions is a good word, I understand. Very well. I enjoy hanging out with all of you rapscallions. All my slices. The only one person in here as an official slice. There's only one person. Jordan is the only actual slice in here right now. The rest of you are just, I don't know, like, toppings to be picked off, and I'm an on and off again slice, depends on the weather. Yeah, the rest of you are just individual toppings. Just like pepperonis to be picked off and popped in the mouth. I'm a calzone. All with some pineapple. I called it inside out pizza as a kid. That's cute. I'm a bottom, not a topping. Stale crusts. I still want to call it inside out pizza. I mean, sure, call it that. Made calzones last night. Cool, cool. Just popping our pepperoni into his mouth. Yep. Indeed, indeed. Mac in space gives comic book vibes. I can kind of understand it. I can kind of see that. They are different people. They've both been in chat at the same time, so they are definitely different people. But I can kind of see that. I like my pizza with Vienna sausages on them. Classy. Alright. Let's get into it. Last week we finished with Gus. Back to Gregory, the horrifyingly big-mouthed baby. Did I never notice this music before? These start to be called squirrel dicks. This is nice music. Cool, because that's what I wanted for going away party. Nice little pizza party. Yeah. Anyway, am I wrong that that baby looks creepy? Maybe it's just because I think all babies look freaky. All babies creep me out. We all love comic book around here. Comic book's great. We all like comic book. Come on, Edith. Don't you want to do a little bit of exercise with the punching bag? I don't notice. Gus has a skateboard above his bed. Neat. Constitution for Kids, Great American Poetry, Hunker Down, Documenting Danger, Red Flag Warning. Great books for kids. Goblins and Ghouls. Okay, that one's good for kids. Kids would love that one. Prone. Like, Prone Bone. Hey, Rebecca. Comic book banned me. She's a menace. That comic book is a menace. Okay, scaling a climbing wall while pregnant. While this pregnant. We get to see the beautiful dancing ducks today. No, we saw the dancing ducks last time, Rebecca. Maybe say slurp. Was it rapscallions? Yeah, sorry, Rebecca. The dancing ducks were in the bathtub. That was last week.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Your scallywag. Sorry, when I broke yourself, you'll ban yourself, Jenna. Out of curiosity, is that possible? Is the house a monster? Don't know yet. Ooh. Nice. Oh no. Oh no, there's a pole. There's a fire pole. There's a fire pole to get back down. I have to do it, don't I? Whee! And I have to climb back up here. And it takes so long to climb. Holy Bible.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
I can go back down this way. But I don't want to go back down this way. I don't want to go back down at all. Dawn. I can't really make out a lot of the stuff on the, well, is this about J-Dot? Can't really make out much of the stuff. Majors, English, teaching geology. Place to visit. Jaipur, Red Fort, Taj Mahal. Ah, she wants to go to India. 10 ways to teach critical thinking. History, math, science, religion. Believe, provide, sustain. I don't know if my cat is trans. So back in June 1987, she went to India. Copy passport for volunteer center, meet with relief rep, after school teaching, something, pack, fly to India. If your cat is trans, they'll come out to you in their own time.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
And we're up on the roof. Are we near the top? Seems like we might be pretty near the top of the house. Jenna with the old internet. It's a scary game. It is not a scary game now. Hey, Uncle Buck. Oh. Aw, good night, Jenna. Sleep in a good way. As opposed to the bad, as opposed to the bad way of putting you to sleep. The Bill Cosby way of putting you to sleep.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Louis.
And to see kids in the house again.
Mint, thyme, sage, basil. That's awful to say. This game is soothing to a fault. I never finished the stream. What's the mystery? Not even really a mystery, it's...
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
What it is it's about the curse that this family suffers. It's just seeing various ways in which members of this family, the Finch family, died. Oh. Good night, Jenna. So it's learning the history of this family and this house. It's not even really, not quite even a mystery.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Edith? Louis rules! Barbara, Molly, Sam, Gus, Sven, Calvin, Odin, Gregory. Our family history, fact or fiction? Great Jorb! Awesome. Analyze objectively, never stop learning, assume nothing, respect criticism, ask tough questions. Multiplication tables! Do you know who Edith is yet? Yeah, we're Edith. These are not actually sorted. Because there's the big balloon collusion detection, both in the I to L. Biology and geography in I to L. These are not actually sorted properly. Let me fix them! Let me sort them! They're supposed to be alphabetical. Let me sort them! Let me sort them!
But it didn't last.
The curse. Myth, history, classification of living things. Scientific method, observation, question, research, hypothesis, experiment, data, conclusion. Pretend in disaster. To teach and to learn. 7 ways to create a fulfilling classroom. By Edith Finch. Ooh, she wrote her own book. It's my inner librarian coming out. It's my inner librarian coming out. I see a bookshelf. My own books aren't sorted in any way. Like, I didn't bother sorting my bookshelf. I basically never did. Like, anytime, any bookshelf I ever had, I never bothered. Like, I'd never do, alphabetical order or anything. If I had, a series, then I'd put them in, the order, in their order. But other than that, I never bothered with order. But if a case is supposed to be in order...
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
I feel like we might be near the end of the game, honestly. We've reached the top of the house. How much can... Oh, hey. Okay, so they're still up there as well. Yeah. Cute. This is cool. Edie. Who's Edie? Edie is our mother. Our grandmother, sorry. Edie is our grandmother. I don't think we found out what happened to her yet.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I don't think we've discovered it yet how Edie died. No. We have not yet seen how Edie died. Who do we have left? We haven't seen Sten's death, I don't think. We're about to see Lewis. I guess there's still Dawn, Lewis. Maybe Edie? Maybe Sven, maybe Sandra. That's cool. This house is very cool. Weird, but like all those, like all the little, like, you know, like that thing. That's cool. There's like a little thing to raise up the floor for a little secret compartment. That's really neat. All right, let's get Milton's story. Bird's nest, yeah. All right, Milton's story. The magic paintbrush.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Achoo. Okay, that was cool.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
I want to see that again, honestly. I'd love to see that again. That was very cool. I like the bit where it shows him, like, where it actually shows him flipping through the book as well. Like that little, there's that little bit that showed him flipping through the book. And that was cool. Very recursive.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
And now just make sure there's nothing. No, unfortunately, once you've finished one of these stories, there's no way to get back into it. You only get to flip through these things. You only get to see the things once. All right.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
A closer look. Look at all the people. So this is the last people. So we must be close to the finish, because this is the last people. There really can't be much more left. Legalize marijuana. Wow, so he's one of these people. He was one of those young people. And clearly big into fishing. Guy gets to live in a fishing...
Lewis's room smelled very, Very familiar. That part of him lived on.
That's funny. Can we swim? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it in this state. Hey, no. Where are you going? No. I don't want to leave. No. Where are you going, Edie? Where are you going, Edith? Dude's got a hookah. Dude's got a freaking hookah. Yeah, the guy lived in a boat on top of a house. Edith Finch locker contents.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Maybe he was just being nice to you? Hey, Kelly. Edith, did you ever consider that maybe he was losing intentionally just to make you feel good? Probably not. He probably wasn't. Always something weird to me when they have the WASD and the arrow keys a different color. I don't know. I don't know. It just seems weird. I guess it's like even just without even looking, you can see where those keys are.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Yucky.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names.
Things that have not names is a very cool.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
This is cool. Hey, Habibi. Why are we murdering fish? Because we work at a cannery.
I worried about him then.
Switch into an isometric view. Getting into more...
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
This is really cool.
Then he made musicians.
I dig this.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
Man, I wish I had an imagination like this, honestly, sometimes.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
He's about to become bad, isn't he?
He held an election for mayor.
Imagine losing an election in your fishing is cool. Imagine
And he
losing
won.
Imagine losing a mayoral election in your own head.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
St. Louis. Creative, dude.
He started drifting away from our reality.
Yeah, I did hear about Chantal being bitten by a cat.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis!
One day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh my god, Minneapolis!
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Minneapolis! That's amazing! I'll give him credit for that one.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a...
Alright, are we gonna be straight or gay? Is Lewis going to be straight or gay? Or do I feel like he's gonna lose his hand? I keep thinking the same thing. You got a new album tonight? Good for her, I guess. Alright. We're making a gay Lewis. You took too long to say.
Beautiful prince.
You took too long to decide, so Lewis is gay.
The prince was on his own quest for...
Rainbows!
radiant rainbows.
Whoops. Didn't mean to knock
Followed
over.
the sound of his...
Harp. I'm gonna go harp. I like harps.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
East of the sun and west of the moon.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
I just want to catch up with the fish.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Harps are cool. Harps are very cool. Especially like the big ones.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Come to me,
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Come on, my sexy, sexy prince. Where are you? Huh? Imperial Palace, Orcus Island. Hey, he's got a, I mean, it looks like a switch. But switch wouldn't have been... Would the switch been on? Lewis died 2010, so it couldn't be a switch. I don't think the switch was a... it's some sort of a... What would that have been? Lewis died in 2010. So that was before the Switch came out. Game Boy? But it doesn't look like any version of the Game Boy that I'm familiar with. And it does look like it does look like a Game Boy variant. DS Switch Boy. I suppose that's what it is. It's just sort of vaguely inspired by various handheld consoles, rather than actually being like a Nintendo or something like that.
He began to forget the world we know.
Why are the fish being just dropped back into the water?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, fish heads, eat them up, yum!
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
I like the big fat dudes. So he quit smoking weed and started drinking acid.
Including the wise Calico who had insisted on advising me.
Look at that big dude. Look at how happy he looks. What, you gonna try to bar me, dude?
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
He's gonna stick his head right in. Yep, he's about to stick his head into the thing.
Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yeah, I got grisly at the end. My sincerest condolences, Dr. Emily Newth.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Yeah, so much for losing his hand. Hey, I am Alice. He got to keep his hand. Hey, Da Vinci. I mean, that's something, right? That he got to keep his hands. Just his head that he lost.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So this is the very top of the house, I think, if I'm not mistaken. That had nothing to do with this sexuality. I really like that section, that segment. Yeah, the way it sort of builds. I mean, rip to literally the entire family.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Edith, Mom.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Aw. I don't care about the rest. Again, very nice music here again. They left Edie's 90th birthday photo behind.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Ugh, more climbing, jeez. Ooh, kite though. Paper kite. This is scary.
But
No.
it had to end one way or another.
It's not a scary game. It is... It's more a tragedy than anything else.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Hey, Killface. On Death and Dying. And Edith. Hey, shoes off on the bed. Hey, Jada. They say I had a good view? Yep. Shoes off on the fucking bed. Jeez, what is wrong with Edith? What is wrong with people wearing their shoes in the bed?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The bed is probably filled with dust. I mean, probably. But even so... Give me a second. Sorry. Just had to get myself a drink. Some grape soda. Ooh, that lid really hurt to take off.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Indeed.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
Clever. I mean, frankly, not that much of a secret entrance. But still neat. Ooh. These must be some nice encyclopedias and stuff, I guess, I would bet. I miss having a nice,
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
I miss having a nice encyclopedia set.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Yeah, I miss having a nice encyclopedia set. Back when I was a kid, we had a really nice encyclopedia set.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered.
Hey, Nova.
I started seeing things.
Oh, a deer. Neat. Come back here, Mr. Deer. Ms. Deer. don't know if that was a Mr. Deer or a Ms. Deer.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends.
Is this an old bed or something like that?
That night, a lot of things came back to me.
Hi, John. Hey, a toilet!
Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go. I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Aw. We didn't get to see the inside of the old house.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bye,
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Aw.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
That's a
And then I
brutal
was
way to put it.
alone.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. Is kind of a brutal way of putting it, honestly. Very tragic way of putting it. You've always been a weird arm warmer girl. Apparently so.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Are we giving birth? Did it really just show baby being born?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Aw. Well, that's a tragic ending. Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. Ian Dallas, creative director. I like this. These are really good credits. The end of everything. Finish all stories. Yeah, this is a really neat way of doing the credits. Just all these some baby pictures or kid pictures of them. Thanks, Johan. See Johan's name in the ending credits. What? What the fuck was that achievement? I literally just got an achievement for, like, for not skipping the credits, I think, basically. For one specific person. For waiting until one specific person came up in the credits. That is the wildest achievement I've ever seen. Probably since he didn't just exit and ignore the credits. I would expect so. I'd expect it as something like that. If you sit through like long enough, they're like, okay, you're probably not going to be skipping. So it's like, you know what? Thank you for watching the credits. Either that, or it's a weird in-joke among the creators, the developers. It very well might just be a weird joke among the developers as well. I do like to sit through the credits whenever I finish a game. These people worked hard to make the game. The least I can do is let their names scroll by. You know? It is. It's cool. Hey, playtesters. It's a neat way of showing the playtesters, too. Trick or treat, smell my feet. In loving memory, Louis Finch. The Edith Finch team. The end. Aww. Hey, the replay story option is now available. Neat! I mean, not starting tonight, even though we still have like 45 minutes left. And yeah, it's over. That was, I did worry that we might have been close to the end. Oh, whoops. I missed Killface saying goodnight. I'm sorry, good night, Killface. I hope you feel better. Gonna die giving birth? Edith Finch? Yeah, Edith Finch. Huh? I think it's Finch. That was a really good game. Yeah, most of the individual stories were really fun, really interesting and cool, and tragic. Molly's story, the monster bit was like, Molly's could be awkward. The flying is the owl, and the swimming is the shark, and then the moving around is monster. It was sometimes awkward. The controls got awkward. Barbara's story was really fun. Calvin's story took me a little bit of time to figure out that I had to use both joysticks at once. Sam finding the deer was a bit tough, but taking the pictures was fun. It was cool taking the pictures and Sam's story. Don't remember Odin's story. Walter, which one was Walter? That's right, he was the one who just lived in a cave. Then came out of his cave and immediately got hit by a train. Gregory's was fun. Gus had a cool story. Really liked Lewis's story. Spend the next 45 minutes making the Discord count? No. No, I thought we'd spend the next 45 minutes just redoing this over and over.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Going at a little bit more casual speed here. Achoo! This first one went by really quick. Yeah, Siri is making the flip book. I like that little bit of him making the flip book.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Alright, so that was a really good game. That was a really well-made game. The sort of framing story of Edith coming back to this house that had a lot of memories for her. You know, learning about her family's history so that she could pass it on to her kid. Yeah, like that was a really cool framing story. And then the individual stories were all really good. The exploration was good. I'm curious, are there any achievements I didn't get? Most of them. Really? Oh, okay. Alright, so I missed 5 achievements. One is Great Owl, catch 2 rabbits with only 2 swoops. Gregory, knock all the letters of Gregory's name into the bathtub. Loop de loop de loop, play Calvin's story again. Clear the table, clear all the balls off the pool table. And let him finish. Let the drunken sailor finish his song. I'm not gonna bother going for them. Funnily enough, more people saw Johan's name in the credits than actually finished all the stories. I would have gone loop de loop. You know what? Which one is Calvin? He said he couldn't play pool. Which one was where's Calvin's thing?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin,
That's right, Calvin is up here.
and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
He said he couldn't play pool.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Alvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind.
Come on.
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Did it!
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I didn't get the achievement for it? What? There it is. Alright.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Alright, I want to get back down to the basement. Because I do want to knock all the balls off the thing as well. Am I not allowed to go back there? Doesn't look like it can go back outside. Alright. How can I get into the basement? Nope, can't get out. Alright, I don't want to go back to the start or anything like that. I think Molly might have been the first story, so maybe I can get out. No, I came in through there.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
I know, it's just there isn't... None of these stories actually, like, take me where I need to go.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Oh, Jack,
here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most
To the basement.
unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
I want to go to the basement. Wasn't Barbara's? Barbara's room tells you how to get into the basement. Actually, there's a point. Let's try something here. Okay, here we go. So hopefully... I'd have to complete her story, I think. Yeah, I think I'd have to complete Barbara's story again in order to get into the basement. Alright, let's see if I can at least knock all the letters off into the...
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Because I don't really want to go back through Barbara's whole story.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Ah, I got them! Knock all the letters of Gregory's name into that. So that got me another achievement. So I have 6 out of 9 achievements. Two of the ones left mean going through Molly's and it's long. One of them means going through Barbara's and it also feels kinda long. Screw it, I do want the, I want the pool table. If I knew that there was an achievement for it.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
If I'd known that it would get
Of
me
all
an
the
achievement.
stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The surprise ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream.
Just as keep turning the box.
Now
If
at
that didn't work, maybe
16,
you do need
she
to
was
repair.
all washed up. A has-been.
I don't think Walter's, but hers
But in
definitely.
a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just to boost her career needed.
Wish there was a way to skip it.
Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Oh, that's a good point. Alright, I'm going to turn the music off just for this section.
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
Blah, blah, blah.
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh yeah, I think it's, come to think of it, I think it is in Barbara's story where you do the...
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Okay, that works. Yay! Clear the table! Achievement for that. So the only two achievements left involve the involve Molly's story. We got time. I'll give it a try. May as well give it a try. Where was her...
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That is adorable.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
There it is.
December 13th, night.
Alright, turn these back up.
1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon,
Blah, blah, blah.
but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. My Halloween candy was all gone. I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Yeah, no, I do need to go into the bathroom.
I kept eating and eating.
Eating toothpaste. Ugh.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. Yay! And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind.
Alright,
then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
So this one, there's no way I get to rabbit with 2 swoops.
Rabbits.
Alright, I got that one.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
I like how proud she is of that part.
Bigger. A mama rabbit.
Hey, I did get it. 2 rabbits with only 2
She was
swoops.
almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
And is this the one where I turn into a shark?
I was a shark.
This is so goofy. Just randomly turning into a shark. I am doing no control into this.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Yeah, this is the one that I find hard to control.
I wanted fat, juicy seeds. I tore off her flipper and it tasted really good.
There we go.
Oh, I was so hungry. I jumped out of the water.
Alright.
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
I want to get the,
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
There we go. The Drunken Sailor achievement is, I need to let the guy finish the song about the Drunken Sailor.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Is annoying.
Belly was rusty, his belly was rusty, his belly was rusty, razor.
So yeah, we need to let this guy finish.
Drunken sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? Put him in bed with the captain's daughter, put him in bed with the captain's daughter, put him in bed with the captain's daughter. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? Sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor?
Erli? Seems like he's saying Erli in the morning.
Put him in the scuppers of the hose pipe, put him in the scuppers of the hose pipe, Erli in the morning.
Saying Erli.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor?
See if the game next year and you got an anchor for being this monster. Maybe. Yay! Let the Drunken Sailor finish a song. Hurrah! So what was the song, Buttercup? I got all the achievements for this game now. Woo! I 100%ed Edith Finch. I 100%ed What Remains of Edith Finch. Woot, 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 woot. I rule. Alright, that killed a good 20 minutes. So... Came upon a midnight clear by Pearl Ives. Ah. I'll be honest, the main reason I did that is because we finished the game so early. I don't do ratings. It is a really good game. It is very good storytelling. Some very good environmental storytelling. It is very good storytelling in general. So next week, what is next week's game? That's right, it was some personality game thing. What was it? Where were you? Must be up higher. Or not. Ah, whatever. There it is. Refined Self, the personality test game. Make me oh, sorry, Uncle Buck. I'll be ending the stream in a couple minutes anyway. So next week's game will be Refined Self, the personality test game. Supposedly, it takes about an hour to play through. But I will be talking, so should be easy enough to stretch it to 2 hours. Oh, good night, Mac. Wait, hold on. One play is about 1 hour. Just enjoy the simple test during your busy time. The third time test will show all your personalities, where the end of the story is also not far away. Ah, so it looks like I need to play through it 3 times. You are an android. The story begins with you standing at the grave of the doctor who created you. Alright, so yeah, we'll see what that one ends up being like. We shall see. Because we all have 3 personalities. So yeah. Next week, a personality test game. Last personality test game I played sucked! That's Secrets of the Soul. Friggin' garbage game. And that'll do for tonight. This has been fun. I've enjoyed this game. Thank you to Jenna and Jenna's boyfriend for the suggestion, even if neither of them are actually here. They suggested the game and then they just ducked out. Didn't even bother watching me play this game that they recommended. That they bought for me. They bought me the game and didn't even bother watching it. But thank you to them for recommending it and for buying it for me. And, yeah, good night, everybody.